To utilize the digital Watchdog Spectrum Seach, please drag and drop a camera to the center of the screen. The majority of the search features are located at the bottom of the screen or on the right side of the screen. The first way to use our playback is by using the pan temporal timeline at the bottom of the screen. If you have recorded data, it will show up as lime green. If you do not have recorded data, because you are recording in motion or motion in low res, it will show up as black tick marks letting you know nothing was recorded at that time. The first way you use our playback is by clicking on the timeline. As you can see, it will give you an instantaneous change in the image. When you hover over the timeline, it'll show you the date that you're currently on. Simply click to bring yourself right to that date. Use the scroll wheel on your mouse to zoom in and zoom out of the timeline. As you zoom in, more information becomes available. The dates will appear, the hours will appear, all the way down to the millisecond should you need to. If you do not want to use the scroll wheel on your mouse, you can click on your target area and use the plus and minus sign to achieve the same result. Once you get to where you want to be, now you can unleash the power of digital Watchdog Spectrum software by clicking and dragging on the timeline to play back through days and moments if you choose. Zoom out of the timeline to be able to do this search even faster. You have the option to select, click, and drag through months in a matter of moments. Zoom in and zoom out to where you need to be. Click and drag to find where you want to be. Hit the play button to start playback. The second way to do playback is using our calendar search to control the timeline for you. Single click on the calendar button on the bottom right-hand corner of the screen. Select the day that you would like the timeline to change to, and the timeline will change. Select the hour, and the timeline will change. Then click on the timeline on the specific minute that you would like to see, and the image will change for you. Again, select the calendar button, select the date that you want the timeline to change to, select the hour that you want the timeline to change to, select the minute on the timeline. The next way to do playback is using our thumbnail search. Hit the thumbnail button on the bottom right-hand corner of the screen. This will populate these thumbnails right above the timeline. These thumbnails are a visual representation of what's happening on the timeline. If they appear too small for you, simply drag and drop from the top of the thumbnails upwards. This will resize the image as well as the thumbnails for you. Now you can quickly search through, again, hours, days, months of video very fast and find what it is that you're looking for. The convertible in the scene, I click on the thumbnail, it brings us right to that point. This car in the scene, I click on it, it brings you right to that point. As you zoom in and zoom out of the timeline, the thumbnails will automatically redraw for you once you stop zooming, making it that much easier to find the data that you're looking for. The next way to do playback is utilizing our smart motion search. Select the date and time that you would like to start your search. I prefer to pause the video at this point. Go to the top right-hand corner of each individual camera and you will find our smart search button. Single click on that button. A few things happen all at once. On the right side of your screen, we're letting you see what's happening live right now. We know that you're in playback mode because you selected the smart search button. But we are allowing you to see what's happening live. Granted, you could drag and drop this camera over twice, unsync the two cameras, and have the same image live and in playback if you choose. But we would rather you keep your playback large, so we give you the live events that are happening right now on the right side of the screen. To minimize that, hit the chevron on the right side of the screen. Now, you will see at the bottom of the screen all of the red on the timeline. That red is any time that you had motion on this selected camera. To initiate the smart search, simply drag and drop a box around your target area. You will see that red on the timeline dramatically changes. And now anytime you see red is motion in that specific area. Simply click on where you'd like to begin, hit the play button, and Digital Watchdog Spectrum software will automatically take you from event to event. In this case, from 10:09 to 10:47, skipping any time there was not motion in that target area. You can choose to change your mind at any time. If you would like to see this parking lot here, drag and drop a box. Give the software just a moment to catch up, and now you will only see motion in that specific box. This skip could be hours, minutes, or years of real time. To you, our user, it'll always be milliseconds, taking you from one day to the next in a fraction of a second. Again, drag and drop a box around the target area that you would like to see. Give the software a moment to catch up, and it will instantaneously change for you. If you would like to see how Digital Watchdog handles deep learning AI embedded analytics, please go to Digital Watchdog in YouTube and look for the rapid review series on AI deep learning analytics to see how you can search using the power of AI-powered analytics. Thank you for your time.